Well, hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Island Church Weekly Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Lombardi, and Pastor Will joining me as always. How you doing today, Pastor Will?
Oh, it's great to be with you, Matt. It's another good day in paradise.
Absolutely. Well, it is in fact paradise when you live on Tier Paradise. So that is absolutely a true statement. Well, help us understand how was this past Sunday? How did everything go this weekend? I understand there was a busy day with lots of events. So kind of give us a recap of how it went.
Yeah, we it was exceptionally well again. Another good service. We had the School of Christian Living that morning. Got kicked off with that, and that really kind of spoke into some things. I was actually dealing with worldview. You know, people make decisions because it makes sense to them. Well, often that's framed by how they see the world, how they see God, how they see themselves. And so we did some introduction on that. Actually, got some calls this week asking for PowerPoints from that. So that was a good day. And that got that kicked off that way. And then it was good to be back worshiping with our people. Sandy and I had been out the week before. And so we had great service at the 10 o'clock time, had multiple family guests, new first time guests actually, and of course repeat people as well, people that have been several times. And so it's good to see them, good energy in the service. And so that was good. And then Sunday night we had the pancakes or breakfast for dinner. And so Stacy and Jake put that together, and so some sausage and biscuits and the milk gravy, sausage gravy. Just can't beat that, right?
Yeah.
Waffles, all that kind of stuff. So we kicked it off at 5:15. 6 o'clock, we gathered informally upstairs. Actually, we got some reports from different people in our church that are serving in committees and things of this nature, help us with tasks. And so that was a good. It was just a good day all the way through from front to back. It was a long day, but a really good one. So good things.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, where's the church going this week? What are you going to be preaching on? Help us understand a little bit more about kind of where you think God's leading the church in the next few weeks.
Sounds good. Well, this past week, we're looking at what is kind of success and what is happiness. And we looked at some of the things out of Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Really, happiness is found in our fulfillment in life is found in pleasing God. When it's all said and done, it can be summarized by pleasing God. And so we looked at that, but to kind of lay the foundation for the next several weeks, which I'm going to be dealing with. How do you make decisions? How do you make biblical decisions? How do you understand the will of God? And then how do you try to follow? How do you follow that? And things go well when we cooperate with God in His universe. It's His universe, and we cooperate with His world. And so we want to try to do that. And so how do we make good decisions? And certainly from being a child all the way through the end of our life, we're constantly making decisions, and how do we do those from a biblical perspective? And so I'm gonna try to give some insights this coming week on that. So that'll be this coming Sunday.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great teaching series. Obviously, coming out of success and happiness, and decisions are so key to how we actually end up living our life or how our life goes for us. And if we're aligned with God on that, that tends to go a lot better than if we're not aligned with God on that. So,
That's right.
Any big events coming up that folks need to know about, Will?
Well, I'm trying to think of some things that coming up. I can't think of anything. We've got our groups that relaunched up. October will be quite a busy time for us. We've got things we'll be rolling out with. We'll be participating in Oktoberfest across way over here with the people here in Tierra Verde, and primarily just trying to be a presence there. It's a more family. It's not just alcohol, primarily alcohol-driven thing. It's actually a family kind of thing. And so we'll have a face painter, those kinds of things over there, and just connecting with people. So that's upcoming. So we have several things in October. We've got upcoming baptism service here before too long. And so people if they have an interest in that, or they've not been water baptized, we would love to have that conversation with them. And so that's coming up in the future. But if you'd like to go ahead and get started conversations with that'd be good. So just some good things. Got people considering becoming part of our church family, committing to it. So just a lot of good stuff happening.
A lot of good stuff happening. Well, it sounds like everyone can take a breath for this week. It sounds like it's been a busy few weeks. Take a breath, take a beat, and then get ready because October's coming and there's going to be all kinds of new stuff happening around the life of the church. Pastor Will, how can folks be praying for the church this week?
Well, that's a good question, Matt. We, when you deal with people are every week that we gather up, people are coming off the best week of their life, and some are got bad news. They've been to the doctor, and so we just want to constantly continue to be lifting up our people. And certainly, Sandy and I, as we try to give leadership, and we're looking at new leadership, adding a person and his wife to kind of help us. We don't have an announcement on that yet, but you just pray for us as we process that, and that looks like that'll be a great addition to our team. So that's in the works. So they can pray with us about that we'd get that done in good order.
Yeah,
And we just got guests to follow up with. I mean, we just want to keep making people feel welcome, and we want to welcome them to Christ. That's the ultimate objective, right, man? So,
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, yeah, absolutely. There's lots of opportunities, I think, that God's working within the life of the church. And new guests are always one of those. And so excited. We've been digging in a little bit on that, how we're going to do that better, how do we help people really feel connected to the life of the church. But if you're watching and you are saying, hey, how can I feel more connected? Groups are a great way. If you see someone, if you've been around the church maybe for a while and you see someone who looks new, just introduce yourself, offer to take them a coffee. Really, the way that people connect to a church is through other people. It's, we can put all these systems and processes in place, but at the end of the day, it's person to person. And so if you see someone who's new, welcome them, invite them, get to know them, build a relationship with them. That's the best way to welcome them into the life of our church. Pastor Will, thank you so much for joining us today, for giving us these updates. If you're watching at home and you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe. You'll get this podcast every single week, along with being up to date when the Sunday sermons go live on the live stream, or watch them on a recap if you're out of town and you missed Sunday morning. So thanks for joining us today. Pastor Will, thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Thank you, Matt.